Now that Patrick Crusius has also been sentenced to life in prison and the victim impact statements have been finished, I got the chance to sit down one-on-one earlier this afternoon as well with El Paso District Attorney James Montoya. So, Mr. Montoya, do you feel that justice was served in the Walmart mass shooting case?
Where the case was and how much longer the trial, the uncertainty that was left, I think if you ask the majority of the families, they would tell you that this was the just end to the case.
And why is that? If you can elaborate.
Sure. I mean, the case had dragged on for so long that I think my sense in talking to the families, there was a clear consensus that they just wanted it to be over. And to be clear, it's not that these families wanted life. Some of these families still wanted a death penalty. I know many in this community still think that the death penalty was the appropriate outcome. I think that he deserved the death penalty for what he did. But what people don't think, and I think what has been lost, is that there was still a tremendous amount of pretrial litigation. We still didn't have a certain timeline for a trial date. There was still no certainty that we would get a death verdict if there was a trial. And even if there was a death verdict, there was still literal decades of appeals down the road. And so, justice would be bringing the loved ones that were lost back. That would be true justice. We cannot get that. There are holes that can never be filled. And it's just a matter of what can we do to bring this process to an end.
What went through your head when family members of some of the victims hugged Patrick Crusius, the defendant?
Oh, it was surreal. I don't think I've ever seen a victim's family member ask to embrace the defendant, the person who killed their loved one. And when Ms. Tinajero, said that she wanted to give him a hug and she knew it wasn't allowed, and when the judge asked her, would that make you feel better? Extraordinary. We don't screen the impact statements. I had no idea that was something that she felt strongly about. Very, very surreal. And then the fact that Ms. Andre, after seeing that, wanted to come back and do the same. It's these were both of them and others too that just exuded grace and compassion and forgiveness to someone who absolutely does not deserve it. It's very awe-inspiring.
Can you describe the process of how the hug was discussed beforehand?
It was not. It was not discussed beforehand. She brought it up on her own in her statement. The judge at the end of it asked her, would that really make you, bring peace? And she said it would. And so there was no discussion ahead of time before Ms. Tinajero's embrace. I know after Ms. Andre came forward, we had the same conversation with her because she reapproached and asked if that was something that she could do as well. But when it first happened, there was no discussion ahead of time.